what's up? So in this video, I will be reacting to Zack D Films videos. So yeah, let's get it. His first one is this.
If you want to yo-yo down a skyscraper, well, the yo-yo would need to scale up to about 50 feet across, just to accommodate all that string. And at that size, it would weigh as much as 36 semi-trucks, meaning to pull it back up, well, your arm would need to be 65 feet thick. But the second that house-sized yo-yo tries to reverse, the rope gets hit with all that force at once. It snaps and sends the disc on a rampage through the city.
Yeah, that would be a little of an experience.
If you take a quarter and show it to an alien like this, they might assume it's just a circle with a face on it. But if you rotate the coin like this and show a different alien, he might think it's just a thin line. Now, the two aliens start arguing about what it is. But the problem is that they're both seeing something real. They're just not seeing the whole truth. If they stopped arguing and actually listened, they might realize their observations aren't contradicting each other. They each have a piece of the puzzle, which is how they get closer to the actual truth. If you take a quarter,
welcoming summer with a dinner.
If you sucked up all the gold ever mined, from giant gold reserves to secret jewelry boxes, combined it all together and melted it down to make one statue, you might think it could be taller than Mount Everest. But even though there's almost 500 million pounds of gold in the world, that's actually only enough to fit inside a 6-story building. Now, if you include
Wow. I thought there was more than that.
all of the gold still buried underground, they would fill another 6-story building. And if you combined it all together and melted it down, you could craft a statue about 2 times the size of the Statue of Liberty.
That doesn't make sense to my head, but I'll listen to the pro.
He took care of the chimp when she arrived at the zoo, and she learned to trust him over time. Even if she was on the complete other side of the enclosure, she would run over excitedly just to say hello. But he eventually retired, and years later, the chimp's health got worse. She even became too tired to eat, and when the researcher came to visit her, she could barely move. But after hearing his voice, she grinned before giving him a long hug. And after seeing her old friend one final time, she finally passed away just a week later.
Well, that's sad. It's cool that they lived that long, though.
Get away! I'll call the cops! Do the police even know who I am?
Order a Big Mac, a McChicken, and a fillet of fish, and pull out the meat from all 3 sandwiches. Next, place the Big Mac patties on a bottom bun to represent land animals. Place the McChicken patty over it to represent air animals, and top it off with the fillet of fish to represent the sea. After that, place the top bun back on to get the land, air, and sea burger. But all those flavors will clash together, meaning it'll probably just taste like regret.
Gross.
If we flew a giant magnet next to an asteroid, it would rip off the pieces with the most metal, then capture them one by one. But every rock it captures makes the spacecraft heavier, giving it more gravity. Now that gravity would be weak, but if the spacecraft stayed beside the asteroid long enough, it would keep pulling on it from one side. And over time, that little tug could slowly change the asteroid's path, causing it to miss Earth.
What are the comments for this one? I thought that was gonna be asteroid.
Am I the only one who's turning old TVs into snail tanks?
I found this old TV on Facebook.
You're a detective, and you find an old man dead in his recliner. The neighbor called it in, said the front door had been open for days. The coroner says it was heart failure, but you notice his fingernails have faint white banding. The tox report came back positive for arsenic, enough to kill slowly over weeks, mimicking heart failure perfectly. You want to check his water, but you can't find the well. You ask the neighbor if he knows where it is, but he says he barely even knew the guy. You drive to the next property to ask another neighbor, but there's no one there. You try the next one, same thing. Every lot on this ridge is empty. So you search yourself, and 40 yards past the tree line, hidden in the brush, you find it. And beside it, you see boot prints in the mud. It looks like size 13. The old man wore 9s. Inside the shaft, you find a slow-dissolving arsenic compound designed to poison every glass of water he drank. You pull the property records of this area, and suddenly, those empty plots make sense. That one neighbor owns all of them. He had bought every lot on this ridge except the old man's, who was the last holdout. You go back to the neighbor to ask a few more questions and notice a pair of big muddy boots sitting on the porch. You're a detective.
Wow. Okay, well, that will be it for this video. Peace out, baby.